Welcome to Plate and Ponder, Empty Nesting with Jen and Chris Fenton. We are now in 77 nations around the world. I just checked. We picked up, believe it or not, Venezuela.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. How cool is that? Anyway, So that means piranhas down there in those rivers are listening to us. I guess it's a new oil supplier for the United States of America, and now one of our biggest fans of Plate and Ponder. So if you're out there listening to us, please download, follow, enjoy, engage, and just have a good old-fashioned time with us. Jen Fenton is here with us tonight. I don't know, this might be a little bit of an abbreviated one, but we have, I think she has lots to say.
Vent.
Yes.
I really need to vent.
Why do you need to vent?
I am so mad. I am so frustrated. My neck and my shoulders are as tense as can be. I feel like my heart is, throbbing and pounding. And our children go back to school really, really soon. In fact, our children go back to school next week. We are doing one of those marathon drop-offs, and I think all parents who have kids that go to college, believe me, we are not special in this. I'm not saying we are. We do have two. I know lots of parents have two that are going away at the same time. We happen to have two that are the same age going away literally the same weekend. So we're dropping off Kaylee and flying out to drop off Dylan. Like, there is no time in between. And
by the way, we barely had time to get the dog sitter to stay at the house and deal with all that stuff. Right. Like, it's a crazy...
It's a little crazy.
Because everybody's leaving, everybody sort of leaves at the same time.
Yeah, totally.
So fortunately, we have our backup list of people that will stay.
Right. Okay, but thank goodness, Penny, who's our dog walker, she's going to stay and take care of Flynn, which is great, and she'll have her family here. Okay, but that's not the point. The point is that getting ready to move your kids into college. Last year, I was so stressed because it was the unknown. And I think I purchased thousands of dollars worth of crap on Amazon. Everything from your hangers to your shoe rack to those plastic bins to the, I don't even know, like the closet organizer. I mean, you saw our house look like an Amazon warehouse.
Yeah, no offense to our friends in Canada, but it was our first time.
Hold on, but that was just for Kaylee.
That's right.
That was just for Kaylee. Dylan's was a little more complicated because we knew that we couldn't really send stuff over the border. We had been given the heads up that it would take a long time to clear the border. So we decided to truck it in our duffel bags. And if you are a longtime listener, you may have heard our plight where Air Canada, they canceled all their flights because of a strike, and we had to fly to Boston and drive 5 hours across the border, blah, blah, blah. So I really thought this year 2 would be easy, but it's not.
It definitely is not.
Kaylee's is much easier. I just want to keep saying that. Kaylee's is much easier. Kaylee's in a dorm again, and Kaylee's roommate Goldie and Kaylee have picked out what they wanted. It was really easy. We coordinated. Goldie picked up some things. I picked up some things. Goldie's mom picked out some things. Kaylee picked out some things. Like, we're all working as a team. Kumbaya. Go Kaylee, Goldie.
Well, and by the way, and we're also learning the value. I mean, of course, every kid wants to live off campus. That's sort of like the thing after their freshman year.
But you can't at Tulane. You have to do it.
Tulane doesn't let you. McGill, there's just no rules about all that stuff. So you learn quickly the benefits of having on-campus living.
Sure.
Oh, my
on
gosh.
Campus. I mean, also, what about like the meal plan, right? Kaylee's still on a meal plan because she's in the dorms. But Dylan at McGill, now that he's off campus, he doesn't have a meal plan.
They don't have access, which is crazy because I remember at Cornell University, like, I lived off campus my sophomore year before, because our fraternity house was getting redone. So like, we lived off campus in an apartment. There were 6 of us in a 3-bedroom, 1 bath.
That sounds disgusting.
I remember we paid $223 a month back then. We had a large screen TV. That was the big selling point. And we all had meal plans. So we had, I forgot what it was, like at least lunch and dinner every day, where we went over to the dining hall, and there were a lot of them all over campus there. And you had that. And I think there was one guy in our apartment. I want to say it was Dennis Ginley who didn't have meal planning. He was the one that cooked, but he never cleaned his stuff. So the kitchen was always a sty.
Well, we're going to have to deal with that. So let me go back to Kaylee because, again, I really want to give Kaylee so much credit. She's been awesome all summer. This dorm, this move-in, knock on wood, seems to, I'm hoping it's going to be much easier. It's going to look really cute. They went with like a Hamptons type style and theme. And Goldie likes to ride horses. So there's going to be some beautiful black and white, photos of horses and like cowgirl on her side. And Kaylee, being from Manhattan Beach, has like some surfer images. Super, super cool. Cannot wait. Then we go to Dylan's. Dylan's OMG. Like from the get-go, this has been such a freaking headache.
Hey, well done. You used freaking. Thank you. Kid-friendly show.
Okay, the house, when they took ownership of it, was a disaster. And I'm not just saying that because I'm overreacting as a mom. Like, the house was an abomination.
Well, how do we know it was an abomination?
Because we had photos from some of Dylan's roommates. It's a 7-bedroom house. There's 6 boys living in there. I think we're the only family who hasn't seen the inside of the house. Obviously, we're from California, so we didn't see it yet.
But what was the true validation on top of the photos?
The true validation was when one of the grandparents of Dylan's roommate, who I guess was a former cop in, was it in Montreal or I'm not sure where.
A tough area, McGill, Montreal.
And he's like, this is quite possibly the worst living conditions I've ever seen.
He said there was only one other place out of the 40,
what was that, like,
40 years he served
like a
that
drug
he saw
den?
was worse. Yeah,
a murder crime? What?
It was probably a cardboard box in a park
that
or something.
May have been better. So we, one of the dads is really helping out and working with the landlord to get this place cleaned up and, super grateful for him. But dealing with the move, not only across country, but across countries is so challenging. So, it's a new place. It's not a dorm. We've got to furnish it. First of all, the guy that lived there before didn't take any of his stuff. So I have 2 appointments with the 1-800-GOT-JUNK people to pick up that which is in his room on the days that we're moving. So got to clear that out. I also think Dylan's room is going to be super, super dusty from some of the construction. So that means I'm doing manual labor before we even get going.
Well, I'm going to be there too.
Do you know how to do dust boards?
I know how to do everything.
Are you sure?
Yes, 100%.
Okay,
YouTube teaches me anything I don't know.
But I didn't want to do this level of manual labor because not only do we do this, but then we had to order furniture. We had to order a bed. We had to order a mattress. We had to order a desk. Like all of that.
But everybody has to do that for off-campus living. But we have the extra.
We have to do it across the
difficulty.
country. Yes,
and across a border.
Yes,
which is a problem because a lot of things don't get delivered cross-border, or if they are bought in Canada, it's actually hard to access the shipping company from the US.
So I decided I would outsource, right? I was like, we're not going to deal with this. We're not going to go drive to a furniture store. We're going to outsource it. I'm going to buy it online from a Canadian company. I'm going to have it shipped to the house. It's going to be there. We're going to walk it upstairs and we're going to put it together. That was what I thought a brilliant idea.
I like that idea.
It took forever to get my son to commit. Yes, he was working. But the child, like, oh, I don't like this bag. Oh, I want a Persian rug that looks like this. Oh, like, OMG. From the kid who didn't even watch Sheets before going into freshman year. Now he freaking wants a decorator? Like, what's going on?
It is awesome, though, to hear. I never understood it, and I think I was the exact same way, and I bet you were too. But this whole, like, you find out you raise really good kids because you hear from other parents about how polite they are and how much they help around the house, or they pick up things, or they wash their dishes, or like all that kind of stuff. And then they get here and it's like almost they forgot all that stuff. And
maybe I'm telling you, maybe it's my fault. We're probably going to get listeners who are writing in.
No, but they
and
do it for others. They do it for others.
Well, I'm enabling Dylan for the move-in, and my boss was like, Jen, like, he's going to have to learn, these are some of those life skills. And yes, I totally agree with what you're saying, but the but is he's going to be there for 3 years. The but is I want my kid to have a nice room, and I don't mean it needs to be the fanciest room on the block. I'm just saying, like, I want it put together before he goes into 2-a-days for season. Right? Like that's me just being a little OCD. So, I ordered this on Wayfair and Wayfair Canada, and they were really lovely, and I got great prices, and we're arranging delivery. They tell me I got to go through FedEx. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. Fuck FedEx. Yeah, I said it.
Oh, Boy, you just got us censored. All right, so we'll go back to freaking. Go to freaking.
Hold on. Let me tell you, because first of all, this stuff gets shipped like within 3 minutes. It wasn't supposed to get shipped that quickly, but apparently now Canada is like expediting everything they're doing. So I have called FedEx because I now need to put these individual packages on a vacation hold, right? Just so it gives us a little time to get these packages to the apartment so we can collect them, right? Because I don't want them hanging out outside. Somebody's going to steal them.
Well, and by the way, just an anecdote about stealing stuff up there. Apparently, when you are moving out of your place, you can just throw everything out on the curb, and over the next 24 hours, people come and like just scavenge through everything. I don't understand
that. This is not like
so
trash
weird.
To treasure. I'm not doing that. Which is
I
why
know
I've
these
hired,
are new things, right?
Right, but that's why I've hired the got junk people. But okay, I just want to let you know, I'm looking at my phone call history. Do you know how many times I called FedEx to put this stuff on hold and to deal with the shipping? Just take a guess.
Well, was it not to listen to their great hold music? Because they do have good hold music. No. Okay, how many times did you do that today?
Well, hang on.
I'm going to do 7 times. 7 times an average call of, say, 21 minutes.
Okay. Yesterday.
While working full time.
Yeah. Yesterday, then there was another number that I finally got. So this is the number I've been calling. I had an outgoing call at 3:26, an outgoing call at 6:24, an outgoing call at 6:27, an outgoing call at 9:17, an outgoing call this morning at 6:04, an outgoing call this morning at 8:05, an outgoing call today at 4:27, an outgoing call today at 4:32, an outgoing call today at 7:09. That's how many times.
I think I almost nailed it on 7 times.
That's how many times I have spoken to various representatives at FedEx. Some of them I don't understand. I'm just going to say that I don't understand. And that's challenging too. And they don't understand me, and they ask for the tracking number, and you're like 774. And they're like, did you say 826? And you're like, what the freak?
Did that include the 37 minutes I spent with them?
No.
Oh.
No.
And then how about, one of the great things is that you can't get, so FedEx apparently bifurcates the way their service system and tracking system works across border. So the only number that they have on any website, even if you use a VPN, is if you're in Canada, it only shows this master number, which is like, I guess, for the globe. And then when they find out where the thing is,
you got to go through the whole song and dance all over again.
Yeah, you're on hold this whole time, and then they got to transfer you to another person that you sit on hold for Canada. And I know this is sounding like a bitch session, right? But it is. No,
I'm mad. Honestly, I'm hoping
so people get a little laugh
stressed.
out of this.
I am so freaking stressed. And of course, Dylan's like, Mom, it's all going to work out. Yeah, because you're doing none of this. This is all falling on me and a little on you. Like, honestly, my shoulders hurt. I am so flippin' stressed.
You are stressed. And then on top of it, I know that you're extra stressed because like we've been debating about taking a week or 2 off on the podcast, mainly because
I'm venting tonight. I need to get it out.
Things have been so crazy. We're just like, we're sort of shot, but you were like, I need to get in front of a microphone and I need to just vent. I was like, okay, game on. New episode.
Well,
the venting episode.
Well, this morning at 6:00, I was told that the packages were in fact placed on hold, only to get an update about 7:00 that the packages were out for delivery. So I'm not sure which of the 5 calls, I guess, were inefficient, but I'm going to say all of them. So we finally get this on hold. I speak to somebody who I think can help me, only then to get notification this afternoon that one of the packages was delivered. Are you kidding me?
With a photo that they showed us of it was delivered in a mail. There was a mail room.
Dylan didn't even know there was a mail room.
Yeah, which why is the mail room accessible? Well, it turns out it's not locked at all in the house.
Which is why we wanted to be there when the packages were delivered. You know, I ordered something from IKEA in Canada. Thus far, knock on wood, seems to be going okay.
Well, those are the Scandinavians, I think.
Well, apparently they are way more efficient than FedEx.
Yeah. Well, they probably follow like a certain route through Canada, like as if it's a big, like the
like
whole
a trading route?
Like, no, as if Canada is just one big IKEA.
Did you also know that's actually really funny? Not that I think
Thank you. Yeah. All right.
Did you also know that FedEx doesn't deliver on the weekends, or was that just a lie that they told me?
That's not That's not a U.S. thing. FedEx delivers on Saturdays and Sundays.
I don't know.
And it also, well, I do remember there was a time where you had to pay more to have it delivered on Saturday, but I think that went away because, quite frankly, the whole pricing of FedEx is, I mean, I guess we're buying through a supplier, so it's like you don't really see the cost, hopefully, that much. But man, when you actually use FedEx, oh, the pricing is just unbelievable. Like, no matter how heavy the thing is, it costs a gazillion dollars.
Yeah, it could be like a 1x1x1 box and you're out $200 and you're like, I'm not really sure how that makes sense.
Yeah, and half the time they're like, oh, do you want it there the next day? I'm like, isn't that what Federal Express was supposed to be? Like UPS takes like, 3 days, but you want it there overnight, FedEx.
Yeah. I think all efficiency of FedEx has gone out the window. Like, I'm actually really, I'm annoyed. Like, screw them. I think they've lost a customer.
Well, here's the problem with that. I'm not sure what you're going to use the United States Post Office from now on because that's a joyous occasion. Although technically you could actually go to the United States Post Office branch here and talk to a human being.
I can. And there's one in Hermosa Beach. The people that work at that post office.
Where's that one? That's the one in downtown, like on the pier? Like by Pier Avenue?
They are lovely.
They are. I actually thought the one by the Hanukkah tchotchke store, sort of like in the hill section.
I haven't been to that one. I just really like that Hermosa. The ladies, they're like, oh my God, you look so cute. And like we talk about our nails. We talk about what's going on. We talk about like, oh, we're buddies.
The crazy part about the United States Post Office is has such a bad reputation and so many things that have been thrown at it over the last several decades that I don't think people really end up even going there in person anymore. So you never really have to stand in a line.
I don't know, but my encounters with U.S. Postal have been 100 times better than FedEx.
Yeah. What does a stamp cost now? You have any idea?
That's a great question. I think it's like 70 something cents.
Is
like
it
74 cents, I'd even say.
I mean, what if we asked one of our kids to take a letter from our house to somewhere and we were willing to pay them 70 cents to do it, how far would they go? Would they leave the house? No, they probably would.
I don't know.
I don't think they would walk very far for 70 cents.
Guess what? The stamp has increased and it now costs 82 cents.
82 cents, but they have the forever stamps, right? Where you can buy
but
it
we didn't
now
buy
and
that.
use it 10, 20 years from now.
Yeah, we missed that.
Oh, they don't make them every time?
I don't think so.
Like you could buy it.
I don't know, but if we should have bought it when it was 60 cents. I'm not going to buy it at 82.
We should have bought it when it was
25.
I think it was 25 cents for a long time.
Remember,
and they still lose a lot of money.
I think we got to bring back the U.S. Postal Service.
But think about what we get in the mail now. It's actually the only time you get something important in the mail is when it's sent to an old address. That typically is the important thing.
Which is what you dealt with today.
Yeah, I dealt with that. And then anything else that comes to your proper address seems to just be the junk mail stuff that comes.
Well, get ready for junk mail because we got an election in November and you better believe that those campaign flyers are going to flood your mailbox. In fact, do you remember when I was running, I actually refused to do mailers. And everybody on the campaign was like, no, you have to. And I'm like, I am not spending money on this because you just throw it away. I'll spend the money on a yard sign, which sits out and it's public and you get that constant, view of the slogan and the name. But a mailer, I just take all of those mailers and I put them in the trash. I don't even look at them.
Yeah, I wonder how many people those actually sway. And you know what they should,
the door hangers.
No, you know what they should do, and it's a really evil trick. And I heaven forbid it actually really.
I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't say it then.
No, but heaven forbid it actually gives somebody excitement, and they find out like after they're and they get their hearts crushed. But there's this new technique that is. You make a piece of mail that's a junk mail, some sort of advertisement, look like it's a check in an envelope of some sort, or it actually has that official like tear the perforated edge thing.
I know what you're talking about.
And blah, blah, blah. And you see it. And sometimes, you're thinking, oh, I do have like a IRS rebate coming or whatever it is. And you sort of pick it up and you're like, oh, finally something of substance. And you get somewhat excited. Oh, there's a check in there. Maybe I forgot that somebody owed me money or whatever. And then you open it up and it is actually like written exactly as a check. It looks like a check, except you're like, wait a minute, what's this for? I don't remember asking for that from something or whatever. And you look at it and say, this is not a check or whatever, but it looks exactly like one. And I guarantee there are people that are fooled, especially ones with the eyesight like mine that don't put on their glasses, that probably go down to the bank excitedly to cash it. And the person's like, hello, that's junk mail,
Yeah. That's really sad. You know what else is sad? I have to hold my phone what feels like 6 feet away because I can't read it. I'm waiting for my new glasses. I got them at Warby Parker, the Progressives. I honestly, my eyes have got real bad.
Well, how about we went Duffy. We rode around in Duffy's on Sunday. Nicer news with the Brodkins and the Brodkin
so fun.
kids.
So this is an annual tradition that we do, and it's lovely. We take one of the Duffys out of Newport. We go around the harbor for an hour. We have like sunset cocktails, and then we go out to dinner afterwards, and it's super fun.
But we went out to dinner I think we went to Zinc, which is right there and by the way, I was captain this time.
Yay!
Mr. Brodkin let me be the captain, and I got us through a couple jams, got us around a couple swimmers that were a little wayward in some channels.
Were they wayward?
There were some big yachts I had to get us around.
Hold on. Were they wayward or were you not where you were supposed to be?
I was exploring new areas of Newport Harbor that we hadn't seen before.
Do not enter. And of course you're like, oh, that's not relevant to me.
It said do not enter, but my eyes couldn't read it until I was too close and I was already going too fast and we went under a bridge we weren't supposed to. And then we got yelled at by some people that I pretended like, oh, what? Oh, hi, how are you?
You're waving.
Yeah, exactly. But to get to the eyesight thing, we go to this place, Zinc, which is a good place. There's one up in Malibu, and
I love the one in Malibu. That one's great.
The menu comes out. First of all, it's dim lit because that's always the atmosphere of all these nice restaurants or whatever. And you get the menu, and it literally, I mean, if you ever picked up the Bible or like an Encyclopedia Britannica back in like the 60s or something, the font must have been like 0.01, like just teeny.
Itty bitty and so not accessible. Like the actual style, the color, all of it, couldn't read it.
Yeah, and we're with the kids who mock us all the time anyway for turning on the lights on our phone to read it. And even with the light, I can't read it. So I'm like, I have to take a photo of it and then you like zoom in to see what's on there. Like it's sort of full tard.
I sort of feel like between that and your blood pressure machine, you are definitely aging.
I do. I checked my blood pressure machine a couple times today, and I was actually.
Was that when I was yelling at you?
Oh, actually, I had our leadership team had our weekly meeting, and they were like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm just taking my blood pressure. And they're like, taking your blood pressure? I'm like, yeah, I like to take blood pressure before we talk business, and I like to take it after and just see how stressed I get. Yeah.
Seriously, every day?
Yeah. So they're like, okay, well, let's wrap up the meeting. Hey, Chris, take your blood pressure. Let's see if it got higher. I was like, no, it's actually about the same.
Have you been charting this?
I have, but like I only was charting it when it was a little alarming. Now it's good.
Thanks to the low salt diet that I have been holding you to.
You mean the no flavor diet?
Nope. There are lots of things with flavor. You just don't have to douse it with sodium.
I will tell you, things with sodium do taste salty now. So it's a little trick for our daughter to think about when she realizes
she's got no
she has
taste
no taste buds. Yes,
and that's because she puts hot sauce on everything. I mean, the number of Tapatio bottles we go through, I think we are probably one of their better customers.
Let me ask you, have you vented enough? Have you? Are you feeling it? Like, because honestly, it was a surprise when you said, hey, let's do the pod, because I was thinking we were going to take this week off. But are you feeling any better? Did you get the vent out?
Yeah, maybe.
There was one woman that I was listening to you talk to that I was like, does she understand what she's saying?
No.
What is the accent she has? It was It might have been, she might have been in an Indian
Was
call
I-
center or
was I
something somewhere.
frustrated?
You were frustrated, but I was sitting there going, there's no way she understands what she's saying. And it's not like there's subtitles on a phone or that. By the way, what about an iPhone that subtitles your calls so you can understand what a service center person is telling you from the other side of the world?
There has to be something like that. For somebody who's hearing impaired, there has to be this iPhone ability.
I think there used to be that with phones at one time. There was like a translator or a transmitter thing that would
like
show
during
you.
LA law times.
I don't know. I seem to recall there was something attached to a phone for people that were deaf.
Now I have the LA Law theme song in my head. Boom, 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 boom.
And then they fly over like the 10 freeway and it's like flowing, and then they show the 405 and it's like flowing, and you're like, when did it actually not have traffic like that?
Never, but then they would slam the car and it would say LA Law, and it would always be like a Mercedes.
Oh yeah, that was the license plate on
Yeah.
there. That was
with
cool.
with the palm tree, the old school California license plate.
Yeah, that was who was the cool black guy on there? It was
Blair Underwood.
Blair Underwood, and then who else was Corbin Burnson, and who were the women on there?
Oh gosh, isn't that bad that we don't wait?
Was Muriel Hemingway? Was she one? No. Yeah, maybe. Or red hair, right, or something.
Susan Day.
Susan Day. Yes.
Oh, Harry Hamlin.
Harry Hamlin.
Oh, Jimmy Smits.
Oh, Jimmy.
He was
Smits.
really good.
Didn't he pass away? Did he pass away?
I don't think so. I don't
maybe
know.
He did. Or no, that was the other guy from New York, NYPD Blue, not Farino.
Oh goodness.
The red hair guy that was like Darren Carpizzo or Darren Caruso, somebody. Anyway,
Dennis Franz?
No. Anyway, we're sidetracking.
Wait, did you know that Jimmy Smits was on NYPD Blue as well?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, David Caruso.
David Caruso. That's
He
the name.
died?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Type it in. He might not have died. I feel like it was
why?
like Jimmy or David or one of those
Why
guys.
are you saying that he died?
Oh, maybe he didn't die. Okay.
no, it says he's retired.
Oh, he's just retired. So maybe he died in a show I was watching.
Oh, maybe.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know what was another really good show? Southland.
Well, Sean Hattasey is great.
He's amazing.
him.
He's so good in the pit right now.
Love him.
He's really good.
And a really good person.
Yeah, good family.
And a great kid, Cassius.
Well, Cassius is the kid.
Yeah.
Sean Hattasey is the father.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Your shoulders are looking more relaxed. You're looking smilier. We don't have to call FedEx again, do we?
I hope I have capped out at, what was it, 7, 8, 9? I can't even remember. Today, there could be tomorrow. There's always tomorrow.
So are you feeling like you vented a little bit?
I'm not allowed to say F FedEx.
You can say F FedEx.
Can I give him the middle finger?
You can give him the middle finger.
Okay.
So FedEx just got the middle finger. And I'm really happy we got in a podcast this week because I was thinking we might skip one. So we are Plate and Ponder Empty Nesting with Jen and Chris Fenton. We are in 72 nations around the world. We try to do a great episode once a week. We'll try to do it even more than that. But let me tell you, empty nesting is a lot more work and a lot busier than I ever thought it would be.
Bye.
That's a bye from Jennifer Fenton. Until next time, please have yourself an absolutely awesome beginning of August because summer is almost over. Bye-bye.